I'm so honored to be here with all of you. My name is Jeong Bae. I am a professor at Inje University in Korea and the chair of International Safe Community Research Center of Busan Metropolitan. The title of my presentation is Accomplishment Research of the Citizens Participating Busan Metropolitan Safe Community Movement for the past 10 years. First of all, I will tell you why Busan Metropolitan City needs a citizens participating safe community program. The economic loss due to injury deaths of citizens of Busan is 1 trillion Korean won per year and is becoming a social economic burden. Therefore, Busan Metropolitan City has been promoting citizens participating international safe community movements for the past 10 years since 2009. The objectives of this study is evaluate achievement of citizens participating Busan Metropolitan Safe Community Movement for the past 10 years and prepare for the next 10 years. Now let's move on with Busan's safety. If we look at this injury death index, in 2009, Busan, which is represented by the red line, is the highest injury death rate among the 8 metropolitan cities. Injury statistics show that in Busan, suicide is ranked the highest, followed by the traffic accidents, falls, and others. Our research center disseminated the injury statistical yearbook annually. In addition, we supported each institutions to use the injury statistics as a useful guideline in order to develop its safety policies. Busan International Safe Community Program divided into 7 different categories according to characteristics of Busan's natural, economic, social environment, and injury rate of the citizens. The 7 programs areas are suicide prevention, traffic accidents, fall prevention, school safety, marine and tourism safety, workplace safety, and disaster preparation. We cooperated with citizens in all projects to ultimately enable citizens to lead. From now, I will describe the achievement and outcomes of Busan International Safe Community Program for the past 10 years. Since 2009, when Busan Metropolitan City has started the Safe Community Program, the trend of the injury death rate show consistent decrease annually. Compared to the beginning of the program in 2009, the injury death rate has decreased from 63 people per 100,000 to 58.5 people in 2019. In 2009, the social and economic loss caused by injuries of Busan citizens costed by 955 billion won, but it decreased to 831 billion won in 2019. In the survey for citizens, sense of safety increased significantly from 62% in 2014 to 67.7% in 2020. In addition, citizens' policy satisfaction of Busan Metropolitan was very high at 74.9%. Through this outcome study, we found positive result that Busan has been continuously promoting citizens participating safe community movement for the past 10 years. Through the sustainable citizens participating Busan Metropolitan Safe Community Program, we will be able to realize the government goal for the Busan Metropolitan Safe Policy and improve the quality of lives of Busan citizens. In the fourth industrial revolution era, Busan Metropolitan will prepare for the various disasters and accidents in the future society based on injury big data. This concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.
I am Choi Won-sang, working in the Central Government Department. Artificial intelligence is believed to be the most notable technology in the area of the post-industrial revolution. Therefore, we studied the development of national crisis management policies based on artificial intelligence. I start with the presentation in order. This is the background of the study. As the security environment changes rapidly, uncertainties in the crisis are increasing. In addition, the importance of crisis management in the non-military domain increases. It is necessary to establish a effort on the efficient crisis management system. Accurate data analysis is needed for the national crisis management policy. The purpose of this study is to present strategies for the development of national crisis management policy. The national crisis management environment is changing as follows. The international security environment is changing during the post-Cold War. The need for information by crisis type for national crisis management, that is, data is increasing. In addition, the uncertainty of the crisis has increased limiting prediction and prevention. With the advent of the post-industrial revolution, the following changes have occurred. Advances in information and communication technology, industrial development and impact have become fast and more influential than before. Development of technology to acquire knowledge from data such as machine learning and deep learning. Creating new value with the advance of computing power that can analyze instructed data. Increasing the use of big data in national policy, decision for data-based policy decisions, increasing the need for artificial intelligence technology to utilize both data, increasing the need for artificial intelligence to support policy makers. The European Union is pushing for standardization of artificial intelligence. The United States is pursuing a fan government fan initiative policy centered on the White House. As such, major countries are promoting various artificial intelligence policies. This is a policy that uses artificial intelligence to increase national interests. The necessity of operating artificial intelligence for national crisis management is as follows. Limitation of policy making by humans who make irrational policy decisions based on past dependence. it is necessary to establish policies through analysis of best structured and unstructured data. It is the efficient application of limited resources through rational policy making. In other words, the need for artificial intelligence is gradually increasing due to human shortcomings and artificial intelligence advantages. In order to achieve the research purpose, expertise in crisis management and artificial intelligence are targeted. Interviews and discussions were conducted. Through these, Korea's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats were the broader as follows. The main strengths factors are the framework guidelines for national crisis management was enacted to reflect the concept of comprehensive security. 2004 announcement of national policy on the fourth industrial revolution. The main weak points are continuing security concerns due to the weakening of North Korea's policy stance, including the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula lack of momentum. Due to the familiar of legislation and joint promotion of policies related to the fourth industrial revolution. The main reason for these opportunities are strengthening international cooperation by applying the concept of comprehensive security and after the Cold War, information technology in the era of the post-industrial revolution. The main threats are increase in non-military threats after the Cold War and slowing global economic growth by strengthening global internationalism. The loud factors were selected by consulting experts. Based on SWT elements, we established the SWT status. The SO status that strengthens and utilizes opportunities, strengthens crisis response by utilizing college superior information and communication system. The SD strategy to overcome external threats using strengths is overcoming military threats by actively responding to the government's comprehensive security and industrial revolution changes. The W strategy to compensate for internal weakness by utilizing opportunities in the external environment is determining policies based on data by actively forcing national policies related to ICT. The WT strategy to overcome the crisis by supplementing weaknesses is strengthen the training and research condition of ICT to respond to military threats caused by the development of new weapons. That's the conclusion. Through SWT analysis, we established a strategy for the development of Korea's national crisis management policy. The SO strategy that makes the most of its strengths is a strategy to strengthen crisis management by utilizing Korea's external information and communication system. This is a strategy that Korean and IT powerhouse needs to actively force. The WT strategy to overcome weaknesses it needs to be promoted policy-wise to strengthen information and communication technology training and research conditions to cope with military threats from the development of new weapons. Depending on the research result, the following policy suggestions will be possible. Establishment of legal basis for the stable implementation of established strategies. Rein- Reinforcement of cooperation between industry, academia, research, and government in order to promote a successful strategy. Reinforcement of national crisis management capabilities through data-based policy establishment and decision, securing trust in national crisis management by verifying data and strengthening protection for artificial intelligence operation. With this, I will end my presentation. Thank you.
My name is Youngbom Kim. I am a doctoral student majoring in crisis management at the Graduate School of Chungbong National University in Korea. From now, let me introduce my study on the measures to secure the efficiency of local government's disaster management organization operation, focusing on Chungcheongnam province. The first, this is the background and necessary of doing this study. I think it is urgent for local governments to improve their disaster management capabilities and improve their disaster response functions, and when running cooperation and smooth on-site response are carried out in addition. If the scale of a disaster is a large-scale disaster that exceeds the capabilities of local governments, it is considered necessary to integrate and coordinate disaster management agencies in the central and local regions. It can be seen that the necessary of improving the local government disaster management organization emerges as an important issue in the integrated operation of the disaster management organization, coordination of functions of the central government, and establishment and operation of cooperation systems among organizations participating in disaster management. The following is the goal of the study. The purpose of this study is to derive factors necessary for the efficient operation of local government disaster management organizations and to confirm the relative importance of those factors to this end. First, the meaning and importance of disaster management by local governments are examined. After reviewing previous studies on local government disaster management, we explored the factors necessary for the efficient operation of local government disaster management organizations, improvement directions, and alternatives to efficient disaster management policies. In addition, measurement indicators and standards that affect the efficient operation of local government disaster management organizations are examined, and the relative importance between factors for their efficient operation is analyzed. The following is the theory of this study. Once a disaster occurs, the quality level of the national disaster management system is revealed. The four stages of disaster management of prevention, preparation, response, and recovery cover all levels of government and various non-governmental sectors, business, religion, science, academia, and international sectors. Local government provide a wide range of related services for residents, including disaster management. In the past, the importance of disaster management has not been highlighted, but recently, as small and minor accidents have increased and large accidents have occurred frequently, the function of local governments as well. In the case of the United States, there is a regular system that guides government response to all natural disasters, which operates bottom up, starting with local governments and ultimately through a series of state stages. In other words, local, state, in federal governments share their crisis management responsibilities. That's further composition and the method of this study. The design of this study first closely examines the factors necessary for the efficient operation of disaster management organizations, which are important to experts and working level experts, and then reflects the implications of local government disaster management organizations. In addition, measurement indicators and the measurement criteria are established to measure the relative importance of the efficient operation of local government disaster management organizations and the relative importance of each sub-factor. In addition, for local disaster management organizations to operate efficiently, it analyzed the relative importance of each factor and the relative importance of the criteria presented above using a pairwise comparison method. Finally, this is the conclusion of this study. It is a factor that should be prioritized for the efficient operation of local disaster management organizations, while some perceive that overcoming the lack of links between disaster-related laws and central and local laws is urgent. Therefore, when local governments establish disaster management policies in the future, research is conducted in the direction of suggesting alternatives so that more efficient policies reflecting these implications can be prepared. In addition, it will be necessary to consider the size of the community, the size of the financial resources, vulnerabilities, and risks of the community when designing a disaster management organization by local governments. That's all for the introduction. Thank you.
Shin Kim, a doctoral graduate in the Department of Crisis Management, Chungbuk National University. The title of the presentation is Direction for Improvement of the COVID-19 Pandemic Response System in Elderly Care Facilities. This is the background of this paper. Currently, as COVID-19 occurs around the world, the response system for the infectious disease crisis management is being discussed. In Korea, the disaster response system for infectious disease targeting multi-use facilities is insufficient. As group infections occur sporadically, in nursing homes, and facilities for the severely disabled, the importance of preventing and responding to infectious disease across social welfare facilities is increasing. However, the current infection control activities and surveillance system in Korea are focused on Raji Hospital with more 150 beds. In Korea, infection control activities, even in nursing homes for the elderly, are limited. In addition, the elderly are very vulnerable to infectious disease when COVID-19 occurs. There is a need for countermeasures for the safety of the user and workers in nursing homes. The purpose of this study is to suggest the direction for improvement of the response system in response to the outbreak of COVID-19 cluster infections in elderly care facilities. The theoretical background of this study was analyzed focusing on previous studies related to the core system and the previous studies related to infection in nursing homes for the elderly. In this study, analysis was performed using the core system model. The main elements constituting the core system are value, institution, leadership, devotion, and expertise. We would like to suggest program and improvement direction according to the main factors. The programs of analyzing the group infection response system for elderly care facilities according to the core system elements are as follows. In terms of value, there was problem with the safety right of user and workers following the court isolation measures of elderly care facilities. In addition, the problems of the user's right to life appeared due to the lack of beds in elderly care facilities. In terms of institution, there was problem with the lack of isolation space in nursing homes. In terms of leadership, the issue of financial support for infection control by central and local government appeared. In terms of devotion, there were problems with the burden of work and lack of replacement manpower for workers in nursing homes for the elderly. In terms of expertise, there was a problem of the lack of professional infection control personnel. The improvement direction suggested according to the core system elements are as follows. First, a legal basis for the court isolation measure should be established. Second, there is need for legal system targeting elderly care facilities so that infectious disease can be managed. Third, nursing facilities for the elderly, including the vulnerable, need support from the central government in the event of disaster. Fourth, urgent care project and emergency labor support for isolation elderly care facilities are needed. Fifth, it is necessary to separately prepare human resource standards for health and infection control specialists in elderly care facilities. Let's finish the presentation. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Batırtan Gançemek. I am PhD student at Chungbuk National University. Presentation name is COVID-19 Pandemic Response Study, position on comparative analysis of Korea, the United States, Japan, Germany, and France. In this study, as the social and physical distance is prolonged due to the spirit of COVID-19, after the COVID-19 phenomenon, in fact, education and business is growing. COVID-19, which is believed to have originated in Wuhan, China, in November 2019, is correctly speeding around the world. In order to effectively prevent, manage, and evaluate new infections diseases in the world, recently case analysis was conducted with the aim learning and acquiring effective management methods and responses to infection diseases, mostly countries. Oversize coronavirus infection. Case analysis of COVID-19 responses by country is emergency disaster subsidy, social distancing, wearing a mask, oversize emergency management, vaccination rate, next, education. First country is Korea. Korea emergency disaster subsidy. Third stage of support was provided. Next, also disaster. Overseas emergencies management implemented the T3 policy. Is vaccination rate, education, online school opening of elementary, middle, high school, and university after February 2020. Next, United States of America is emergency disaster subsidy. Next, social distancing. Be sure to wear a mask the first. America is banned on entry from countries such as North Korea, Australia, Taiwan, and China. Next, the airline is shutting down. Vaccination rate is started. Its vaccination. Vaccination is Pfizer, BioNTech, Johnson. Its vaccination rate. Education is online learning. It forces face-to-face classes for special students and English learners. Support wireless internet access and portable computers. Next country is China. China emergency disaster subsidy from 2020 to April 2021, it is coping with the country Corona 19 crisis a total of 3 times. Is social distancing, its immigration management. Its vaccination rate, education. In Japan, where the academic year begins in April, most elementary, middle, and high schools across the country are temporarily closed. Next, Germany. Germany emergency disaster subsidy. It's social distancing. Next, the overseas immigration management. Germany is all visa series, including visas, have been suspended at the Germany embassy. Its Germany vaccination rate. Next, education. Next country is France. France emergency disaster subsidy. Next, social distancing. Next, overseas immigration management. France vaccination rate, vaccine type. Next, education. In France, during each of the 3 pandemics, students were also suspended from school to the country or in large state to stop the spread. But strong will go to school for reasons. Comparative analysis is implication. First, Korea have a high vaccination rate, and foreigner vaccination was high. Next, French citizens. French citizens are protesting against the vaccine. This is a survey on the media used for online education. Is countries with more extent of distancing education media used. It is Korea, France, Germany, Japan. Yes, thank you.